a number one receiver. No quarterback can flourish without a number one, except for Tom Brady. I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. But what happened when Tom Brady got Randy Moss for 2007? Yeah. Records happened. Am I right about that?
True.
So this was his Randy Moss. And I'm not saying Amari's Randy Moss.
And are you saying he's not Tom Brady?
Okay, he is not. But he is definitely Brady-esque.
No,
because all the big games, all the key victories last year came because Dak Prescott took over fourth quarter after fourth quarter. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 games where he took over fourth quarter. It's why he has led the NFL in game-winning drives over the last 3 years. He did it.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at your sheet over there. It says in the first 3 quarters, he did diddly poo, squat, nothing.
Yeah, who won the game? This sounds Brady-esque to me.
I'm just saying.
Does this not sound Brady-esque? Does this not sound Super Bowl-esque?
Skip. You don't get to Skip. You don't get to lock me out of the house.
I'm still talking. I'm still talking. It's my turn to talk because my team down the stretch went 7-1.
Okay.
And my quarterback didn't turn into just a pretty good quarterback. He turned into a top 5 quarterback, and the statistics scream top 5. He was 4th in yards in the NFL over the last 8 games. He was 3rd in completions. Is that good? That's pretty great. And he was 5th in distance. It's called air distance. It's length of pass.
Yeah.
So you keep saying Dink and Dak, right?
Yeah.
But he was 5th in the league in how far the passes traveled. What does that tell you? It tells you he was a top 5 quarterback. So let's go look back at what started happening from the start. The opener at Carolina. The leading target receiver was Cole Beasley. He is no longer a Dallas Cowboy because they found him expendable. They just said, if Buffalo wants to pay him that much, just let him go. We'll add Randall Cobb, and we will upgrade at that position. He was your number 1 receiver, and guess who was 2nd in targets in the opener? Deontay Thompson, wherever he's with the Jets now. They cut him after 9 games last year because he just couldn't carry that load. He's not a number 2 receiver.
You had him hyped up, though.
Okay, well, it's all I had. They tried to do it by committee, and it did not work. And then what happened at Seattle? They tried to feature Zeke at Seattle. He drops a huge early 3rd down pass that he could still be running with, and then he fumbled late and killed their rally. There were 2 Dak interceptions in that game, both of them tipped by where Cowboys got their hands on the football and it tipped up in the air. And guess who was Johnny on the spot? Earl Thomas was right there to get the little deflection, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they had a chance to win that game, but Zeke didn't come up big in that game. Detroit, what was the key play late? It was a long pass, 34 yards from Dak to Zeke. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Zeke became their leading receiver because they didn't have one. What team can go to the Super Bowl with their back as the leading receiver?
You're making my point.
No, you're making mine. It's over, Shannon. That's all he had. He has to throw to his running back in a clutch situation with the game on the line. Why don't you run a wheel route, and I'm going to hit you for 34.
So
wow.
Now you're making my point. Because not only can Zeke run you to the championship, now he's catching the ball.
You're going nowhere fast when your running back is your number 1 receiver. Sorry.
But you keep telling me how Amari Cooper, how Dak picked up once Amari got there. But who led the league in rushing the last 8 games of the season? Can you tell me who that is?
Okay, but you don't think Dak was just lighting it up with his arm? That's why they won the games. It's a passing league.
My point, Skip. No, my point is the big plays come out of play action because now what can you do?
Big plays come from the number 1 who can't be covered by 2 people. That's what happens.
You know why? Because the safety is down in the box and you're getting single high safety. That's how it gets done. Skip, let me ask you a question. If I gave you a choice of Amari Cooper and the top 8 receivers, who you taking?
Say that again.
If I give you the top 8 receivers, if I give you Julio, A.B., D-Hop.
Okay, it's all about connection with quarterback. It's all about wavelength. That's why I keep telling you, Julian Edelman is a top 5 receiver because of his connection with his quarterback. Amari is a top 5 receiver to me because of his connection with Dak Prescott.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, if I were to agree with you, why in the hell haven't the Cowboys given Dak that contract that if he's the guy, if he's everything that you said he is, why haven't they given him the money?
They will. Just wait and watch. This is called negotiations. They have an embarrassment of riches. They have all 3 superstars, and right behind them, a couple of more potential superstars coming of age and of contract. Want to bet they get them done? Want to bet?
Skip.
We haven't even played one preseason game yet.
You don't need to.
This takes time.
If he's the guy.
Patience.
Skip, if he's the guy, what are we waiting on? What do you need to see? Jerry Jones, Skip, Jerry has said that Dak is a franchise
I think
quarterback.
I'm still talking here.
Skip, give me a chance. Skip, you gonna give me a chance to refute anything, or you just gonna keep stalling?
Do I refute you in your opening soliloquy that goes on for 8 minutes? You say you're still talking.
Skip.
I thought it was my turn.
It was your turn, but you made 7 points. Can I get an opportunity to make 1 point?
I'm beating you over the head with these points.
Go ahead.
Here's the next one.
Okay.
So remember the game they lost early at Houston? It went back and forth. It was a defensive struggle.
Yes.
It went to overtime. It's Dak versus, we're going back and forth with Deshaun. They're trading passes and they can't break the game open.
Okay.
Guess who the leading target receiver was in that game? Zeke. He had the most targets of any Cowboy receiver. They don't have a number one. Then they crushed Jacksonville 40-7. But what happened?
Without a number one?
Zeke ran for 106 yards. Guess what my quarterback had to run for? 82 yards in that game. What do I tell you about my quarterback? My quarterback can kill you with his legs if you give him a chance. Kellen Moore this year will give him much more of a chance.
Are they running the option? Or are they throwing the football? Not you and Todd Archer and everybody else keep telling me points come out of the passing game. Why are you running the quarterback then? Is he throwing the ball while he's running?
Then they lost a game at Washington because the kicker clanked one off the upright after a bogus penalty got called on the long snapper. Was Dak Prescott not a warrior in the fourth quarter? Do you remember what he did?
Who threw that pick six? I don't want to know who threw the pick six.
He threw for 120 yards in the fourth quarter, did my quarterback. And guess in that game who had the second most targets? Ezekiel Elliott. And then, thank you, Jerry. Here came Amari. And life changed in Dallas because you can't win. You fell to 3-5 because your number 21, your running back, became your number one receiver. Won't work, Shannon. Won't work. Not that valuable. Can't do it.
Okay, if everything you say is true, is that Zeke can't carry you, can't run you to a championship, and Dak and Amari is the guy, why haven't they paid him?
They will. It's just business. It takes time.
Aaron Rodgers didn't wait. Aaron Rodgers got 2 years late.
Do you realize the Cowboys are going to have to play 4 exhibition games before the first real game? We got miles and miles to go. It's why Jason Garrett said yesterday, we're a long way off. Well, he means that literally and figuratively because literally they're a long ways off. It will get done. This is what Jerry does best. This is his Super Bowl, and he will win his version of the Super Bowl contractually. Just watch.
All I'm saying.
You're okay.
All I'm saying.
You're just gonna. It's gonna hurt so much. You're gonna hear the news. They signed another one, and they signed another one.
Skip, I'm not doubting whether or not, but my thing is that you think you're gonna get them for the Dollar Tree price, and you're not. You're gonna have to pay these guys top 3, not top 5. Top 3 money.
You realize they have enough cap to do just that?
Okay, well then why don't they go ahead and do it?
Because they're not fools. They're not idiots. They're negotiators. They didn't just fall off the turnip truck coming in from Little Rock.
And guess what?
That's what happens.
You're making my point.
They're so good at this.
And you know
they
what?
will get it right.
Neither is Amari's agent.
But they have to be the most careful with the running back because the running back can only take you so far in this day and age. And they will pay the most money by far to number 4. By far. Yes.
Skip. He's the quarterback. You know, no matter how great a running back is, he's not going to make more than the marginal quarterback. The running back won't. Skip. You know that. So don't base it because Dak's going to get 30 million and Zeke's only going to get 15 or 16. That shows the value. You know how this works.
I dare any Cowboy hater out there to put the pencil to all the games played last year and tell me I'm wrong about this. The most underrated, underhyped, underappreciated quarterback has become Dak Prescott. You have little to no use for him. Most people who come on this show don't get him. But if you put the pencil to it and study it, I see 6 games he pulled off fourth quarter comebacks that were Brady-esque. And I do not throw that term around very loosely. And I'm talking about Detroit at home, at Washington, the kicker missed, he clanked it off the upright after a bogus call that set him back 5 yards, or they would have won that game to me. Then look at Philly when the season got turned around. He goes 88 yards in the fourth quarter. He led them he threw the big strike to Allen Hurns on a 3rd and 5 at the Eagle 35.
Allen Hurns, did they cut?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they don't need him now because they got him already. Okay?
Hold on. So why didn't they cut him when they got him already?
Okay, that's weak. The point is, at Falcons, go check this out. Go look what he did. Go look at the big late completions.
What does Zeke do?
To Gallup and to Cole Beasley.
But see, the thing is, all you're doing is what does Zeke do?
When the money's on the line, nobody